Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. So this week, I've talked the last several days about the Song of Mary. It's in Luke chapter 1. It's where Mary sings this incredible song after she finds out she's going to give birth to the Christ child. Today, I thought I would look at something slightly different, but it's found in the same area. So after Mary sings her song, or it's recorded by Luke, Mary goes to visit her cousin, older lady, Elizabeth, much older cousin. And Elizabeth's going to give birth to John the Baptist. Now, after John the Baptist is born, his father, a priest named Zechariah, announces with a prophetic voice this speech. It's not a song like Mary's. It's more of a prophetic proclamation. I don't know. You would think he could probably sing, but I don't know. That's not in the passage. So we'll just look at it as a prophetic proclamation. And I want to talk about something in it that really stuck out to me in my quiet time. And I wonder if it might stick out to you because it's so different than the way we sometimes think. Here it is. I am concerned that I often think of the need to do right, the need to be holy and righteous, the need to live responsibly and morally upright before God. I sometimes think of it as an obligation. And that's not what Zechariah said. He says the chance to live holy and righteous before God, it's not that it's an obligation, it's an opportunity. There's a difference. So when Zechariah is talking about the fact that John the Baptist is going to come and that God is preparing the way for God's salvation, Luke chapter 1, down around 74 or so, verse 74. Zechariah says that this is God's way of delivering us from the hand of our enemies. He says that we might serve him without fear, without worrying what our enemies might do to us, in holiness and righteousness all of our days. Now, this is really cool. This says that God delivers us, that God has fulfilled his promise to Abraham to take care of us, and he's done it so that we can serve God without fear and so that we can live holy and righteous lives before God. In other words, being holy and being righteous and trying to avoid sin and all of its nastiness, it's not an obligation as much as it is an opportunity. So I was talking to one of my daughters the other day, and she's got something she's going to get to do, and it's going to cost a little bit of money, but it's actually a great family thing. And even though my daughter is entirely economically self-sufficient, I said, Becky and I would like to help out with that economically. And she said, Dad, you don't have to do that. And I said, you're right. I get to do that. It's not an obligation. It's an opportunity. And I want to start thinking about holiness before God that way. I really want to think about doing right and following him, not as an obligation, but an opportunity. This is a chance that we have to live responsibly before him because he has liberated us from being bound up by that heavy grip, that vicious grasp of sin. Paul explains it in his letter to the Roman church. Paul says that there is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus, because the law of the Spirit of life, and that's what we've got. We've got a Spirit that gives us life, has set us free from the law of sin and death. It's this vicious circle of sin brings death and death brings sin. Sin is very sticky. And we can be liberated from that. We have an opportunity to live holy and righteous before God. That's an amazing thing that's been given to us. I'm going to try to seize that today. I hope you will as well. It's your video thought for the day. See you tomorrow.